On Global Television News Prime, Tinubu to address Nigerians on Independence Day. In business, presidential panel says Naira for crude deal begins Tuesday. Also in business, federal government reaffirms commitments to sustainable mining. On the foreign scene, man accused of Trump assassination bid in Florida pleads not guilty. And in sports, boxing suspension hits Anthony Joshua after loss to Daniel Dubois. Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uli Akmofwebe. Just a quick reminder to all our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air all night comes out. Tonight, we begin by telling you President Bola Tinubu will deliver a nationwide broadcast on Tuesday, 1st October 2024 at 7 a.m. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, said the broadcast is part of activities to mark the nation's 64th independence anniversary. In the meantime, in preparation for the upcoming October 1st Independence Day commemoration, the Nigeria Police Force say it has strategically deployed adequate personnel and equipment throughout the Federal Capital Territory. Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 7, Bennett Igwe, stated this while addressing journalists in Abuja. Kikelomo Okere completes the report.
Take 2. The Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 7, Bennett Igwe, says the proactive deployment is to ensure the residents of FCT enjoy a hitch-free Independence Day celebration. He says the police will not tolerate any form of protest from Islamic Movement of Nigeria, popularly known as Shiites.
We have a lot of intelligence at our disposal that some miscreants to be led or including members of the proscribed Islamic Movement of Nigeria wants to be on the streets. I want to say that because they have been proscribed, they don't have right of assembly, they don't have right of procession, and they don't have right of protest. So tomorrow we are going to enjoy our safety, but we are going to readily wait for them and their groups.
It says traffic diversion will be implemented in areas expected to experience large crowds, including Central Area and Eagle Square. While celebrating Independence Day, residents of FCT are encouraged to remain vigilant and report any suspicious movement or activities to the FCT police. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News.
In a related development, Ekiti State's Commissioner of Police, Adeniro Akinwale, has advised youth in the state to refrain from participating in the protests being planned for October 1 by some individuals to prevent it from being hijacked by miscreants. Akinwale advised that illegality should not be used to pursue legality, urging youth to embrace peace and dialogue instead. And still on security matters, Anambra State Police Command says it has neutralized a suspected gunman during a gun battle with miscreants in the Igbo-Ukwu Ezenifite Uga area of the state. The command spokesperson, Tochukwu Ikenga, in a statement disclosed that the police encountered the armed men at about 11:30 p.m. on Sunday during a routine patrol in the area. The Anambra State Police Command says it has neutralized a suspected gunman during the gun battle with miscreants in Igbo-Ukwu Ezeife area. The command spokesperson, Tochukwu Ikenga, confirmed this to journalists. Governor Hope Uzodinma has expressed gratitude to God that despite insecurity in some parts of Nigeria, the nation has not experienced full-blown terrorism like in some African nations. Speaking at a church service ahead of Nigeria's 64th independence, the governor expressed concern over the recent flood disaster in some parts of the country. Global Television's reporter Amarachi Ibe has details. We'll bring you details of the reports later. Let's turn to other stories for you. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has deployed 3,500 personnel across the Federal Capital Territory in a proactive measure to ensure security during Nigeria's 64th independence anniversary on Tuesday. The extensive deployment aims to maintain public safety, safeguard critical national assets, and protect public and private properties. This was stated in a statement signed by the NSCDC FCT Command spokesperson Samuel Idoko. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Justice Kudirat Kekere-Ekun as the 23rd substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria following her confirmation by the Senate on 25 September 2024. Kekere-Ekun took the oath of office and signed the oath register at the Council Chamber of the State House in Abuja. She succeeds Justice Olukayode Ariwola, who assumed office on 27 June 2022 and bowed out on August 22nd, 2024 upon attaining the retirement age of 70 years. Let's turn to Nigeria's southwest now, where Osun State government says it sealed the business premises of Segolila Resources Operating Limited. The move followed an order of an Osogbo magistrate's court presided over by Dr. Segun Ayilara, which granted the request of the state government to restrain the company for various tax violations. The government had accused the company of failure to disclose fully the employees directly and indirectly involved in its business activities, noting that it also obstructed tax processes by failing to provide timely tax information and documents. The 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has called on politicians, statesmen, and other stakeholders to take action and reclaim Nigeria's democracy from the looming threats of oppression. In his Independence Day message to Nigerians, Atiku called for a united effort to achieve the greatness envisioned by the nation's esteemed founders. Nigeria will celebrate its 64th independence anniversary on October 1st. Nigerians are calling for a return to the regional system of government, also known as the parliamentary system. This demand emerged during the National Assembly's consideration of memoranda submitted by the public as part of the ongoing constitutional amendment process. Among the 56 memoranda received, prominent issues include regional governments, unicameral legislature, local government, autonomy, police, state police, gender equality bills, and the inclusion of traditional rulers in the Constitution. And out on legal matters, Justice Peter Lifu of the Federal High Court in Abuja has barred the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, from releasing the voters register to the River State Independent Electoral Commission for the upcoming local government election scheduled for 5 October 2024. Justice Lifu issued the order while delivering judgment on the suits brought before him by the All Progressives Congress APC in River State. In his judgment, Justice Lifu criticized the River State's Independent Electoral Commission for setting 5 October as the election date without adhering to the relevant laws governing the conduct of the election. He ruled that the River State's electoral body violated the provisions of the local government election law by failing to publish the mandatory 90-day notice before fixing election date. You're watching the live broadcast of News Prime on Global Television, coming to you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. When News Prime returns tonight, Nigeria qualifies for 2025 Under-19 Cricket World Cup. Details of this and more coming right after this break. Do not go away. This is Global Television, bringing you a live broadcast of the News Prime. Thank you, everyone, for staying with us. The federal government has reiterated its unwavering dedication to ensuring that mining activities in Nigeria are conducted in a manner that is not only sustainable and responsible, but also fully aligned with both national and global environmental standards. He said by implementing stringent regulations and promoting best practices, the government aims to safeguard the environment for future generations while encouraging responsible investment in Nigeria's rich mineral wealth. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Mary Ogbe, gave the assurance during a sensitization program for mineral title holders, mining host communities, and relevant stakeholders at KEFI in Nasarawa State. The Technical Subcommittee on Domestic Sales of Crude Oil in Local Currency has confirmed that the supply of crude in Naira by the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery is to begin on Tuesday, October 1, 2024. On September 13, 2024, the committee announced that the Federal Executive Council, under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, approved the sale of crude to local refineries in Naira and the corresponding purchase of petroleum products in the local currency. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has disclosed that credit to the federal government increased by 11.33 trillion naira, or 57.11%, to 31.15 trillion naira in August, from 19.83 trillion naira in July. The latest money and credit statistics from the CBN revealed a trend of fluctuating borrowing by the three tiers of government from commercial lenders over the past months. In June, the credit figure stood at 23.93 trillion naira, up from 19.98 trillion naira in April, however, lower than the 28.38 trillion naira reported in May. The World Bank has approved the three new loan requests totaling $1.57 billion in financing for Nigeria. The multilateral institution says the approval is to support the federal government in scaling human capital through better health for women, children, and adolescents. It also noted that the approved projects would help build resilience to the effects of climate change, such as floods and droughts, by improving dam safety and irrigation. Dangote Group has said that it plans to transport refined petroleum products by sea. This announcement was made in a statement by the senior advisor to the group president on special projects and strategic relations, Fatima Wali Abdulrahman, who noted the construction of a jetty in the Lekki Free Zone to handle bulk cargoes during the refinery's development. The group also stated that the initiative aims to alleviate pressure on road networks while facilitating exports to other African countries. 6 of China's biggest banks say they would tweak interest rates on mortgages for existing home loans following a request to lower them from Beijing's central bank. That's according to state media, as the country seeks to pull itself out of housing slump. The measures are the latest in a raft of pledges out of Beijing since last week, aimed at kickstarting the world's #2 economy. The weak property sector has long accounted for around a quarter of gross domestic products, GDP, and experienced dazzling growth for 2 decades. On the foreign scene, Ryan Routh, the 58-year-old man accused of plotting to kill Republican presidential candidates Donald Trump at his Florida golf course, has pleaded not guilty to several federal charges. His lawyer, Christy Militello, entered the not guilty plea during a brief arraignment in a West Palm Beach federal courthouse and requested a jury trial. Wearing a beige prison uniform and shackles on his wrists and ankles, Routh answered, "Yes, Your Honor," when the magistrate judge asked him if he was aware of the charges against him. The health minister has announced that 6 people have died from an outbreak of Marburg virus in Rwanda. Marburg, with a fatality rate of up to 88%, is from the same virus family as Ebola. It spreads to humans from fruit bats and then through contact with bodily fluids of infected individuals. Sabine Nazimana says most of the victims were healthcare workers in a hospital intensive care unit. 20 cases have been identified since the outbreak was confirmed. The body of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, killed in an Israeli airstrike in southern Beirut, has been recovered. Hezbollah says airstrike also killed Ali Karake, the group's top commander in southern Lebanon. A medical source and a security source noted that Nasrallah's body was found intact at the site of an Israeli air attack on Beirut's southern suburbs. The United Kingdom has closed the chapter on its 142-year history of coal-fired power, marking a symbolic and pivotal moment in the global shift towards cleaner energy. As of 30 September 2024, the nation's last coal power plant was decommissioned, making the UK the first G7 country to eliminate coal from its energy mix. This move, occurring in the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, not only signals the end of an era, but also reinforces the global momentum towards renewable energy sources, positioning solar and wind at the forefront of their future. Australia's far-right Freedom Party has opened the door to a new era. Its leader, Herbert Kichi, has told supporters as they celebrated an unprecedented election victory. Kiko's party won 29.2% of the votes, according to provisional results, almost 3 points ahead of the Conservative People's Party on 26.5%, however, far short of a majority. Kiko's victory is only the latest in a string of far-right election successes in Europe, and he praised voters for their optimism, courage, and trust in delivering a piece of history. Search and rescue teams in Nepal's capital have peeked through wrecked homes after waters recorded from monsoon floods that killed at least 192 people around the Himalayan Republic. Deadly floods and landslides are common across South Asia during the monsoon season from June to September, but experts say climate change is making them worse. Entire neighborhoods in Kathmandu were inundated after the heaviest rains in more than 2 decades, with the capital temporarily cut off from the rest of Nepal after landslides blocked highways. And now time to let you in on the ever-exciting world of sports. Former two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua has been handed a 28-day boxing suspension following his knockout defeat to Daniel Dubois at London's Wembley Stadium. The British Boxing Board of Control issued the ban as standard procedure for fighters who suffer TKO losses, according to the Association of Boxing Commissions and Combative Sports. Anthony Joshua has been banned for just under a month by the British Boxing Board of Control. According to the Association of Boxing Commissions, it is not unusual for a fighter to receive a medical suspension after suffering a TKO or a KO loss. Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen has reportedly a £90 million release clause for a permanent move during the January window. The Nigerian international, who joined Galatasaray on loan earlier this season, had previously attracted interest from clubs like Al Ahly, Chelsea and PSG, although negotiations fell through during the summer. Before his loan move, Osimhen extended his contract with Napoli until June 2027, with his release clause lowered from €130 million to €75 million. That's some downward review by half there, quite significant. Nigerian table tennis icon Quadri Aruna has made a bright start to his World Table Tennis China Smash by defeating Bennik Ola 3-1 in a round of 64 match at Xingshan Shenzhong Park in Beijing, China. The world number 19 therefore progressed to the round of 32 of the tournament with $2 million prize money, which runs from September 26 to October 6. The 39-year-old, whose highest world ranking stands at 10, making him the first African player to be ranked in the top 10 in the world, looks to make up for his dismissal outing at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, where he got eliminated in the round of 64 in men's singles table tennis by Edward Inshu of Romania in a comeback game of 4-3. And now to end News Prime on Global Television, let's take a quick look at some of our top stories. President Tinubu to address Nigerians on Independence Day. In business, presidential panel has said Naira for crude deal will begin on Tuesday. The federal government has reaffirmed commitment to sustainable mining. On the foreign scene, man accused of Trump assassination bid in Florida has pleaded not guilty. And finally, in sports, Anthony Joshua has been suspended from boxing following his loss to Daniel Dubois. And that's all I have for you tonight on News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Just a quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365, Star Times 276, and free to air on Nigecomsat. Kindly follow us across all of our social media platforms using @GlobalTVAG and other handles as you now see on your screen. I am Uyi Admofwe thanking you on behalf of the entire production team here for watching. Just a quick reminder that tomorrow, 1st of October at 7 a.m. West African time, Global Television will be bringing you live broadcasts of President Bola Tinubu's Independence Day speech. Stay with us.